It's a comment I'd often heard but never experienced until a recent work trip to the land of maple syrup, ice hockey and a prime minister with the looks and the policies to keep him in power for a long time. Canadians get our jokes, they say sorry, a lot, and genuinely just want to help. Both nations share a love of sport and the great outdoors. Both nations are collectively a little more chilled out in comparison with Americans and Brits. But Canada and Australia part company when it comes to refugees. In the news this week has been the plight of hundreds of male refugees on Manus Island. Seemingly, now in no man's land after Papua New Guinea officials and police started pulling apart shelters built by refugees and asylum seekers who refused to move out from Australia's now closed controversial detention centre. Yes, Australia welcomes in a significant number of refugees every year. They are financially supported and given a great chance at a new life in the lucky country. But a program which has been in existence in Canada since the Vietnam War is the true embodiment of the generosity of human spirit. Since the late 1970s, Canada has supported private sponsorship of refugees, allowing wave after wave of people from conflict zones across the globe to enter the country and stay. The catch: private citizens have to pay for it. In shooting this story we met the Abdallah family, all 9 of them, from Syria. They fled their war-torn country after members of their family disappeared, feared, jailed or murdered by the Assad regime. They now call Canada home. Canada, number one of the brothers, Wise, said when I ask what he thinks of his new home. There are also 2 little girls, Rima 7 and Arya 10. 18 months ago when they stepped off the plane, they couldn't speak a word of English. Now they can sing the Canadian national anthem. They go to school and do all their classes in English, they have little Canadian accents, they continue to learn Arabic as well as French. The reason the Abdallahs now live in Canada is thanks to Andrew Fitzgerald, an art dealer from Toronto and his community group. They are part of a unique program which wraps up selflessness, generosity and kindness and delivers it to a family fleeing an unimaginable life. Andrews is not the only group, there are hundreds of them across Canada. After the family is vetted by the Canadian government, members of Andrews' group step in. They head to the airport and wait at the terminal with handmade signs and welcoming arms. Then the real work starts. They pay for their rent, transport, food, clothing, medical expenses from their own pocket. They make sure the children go to school, and the parents learn English. They facilitate social activities to help stave off isolation. They take them to the movies, the dentist and the doctor. They show them how to navigate the public transport system. They organize group dinners and picnics, they sometimes just pop around for a chat. Each refugee sponsored roughly costs around $13,000 a year. It's a lot of money, which requires a lot of fundraising, but Mr. Fitzgerald says he and his group feel like they have won the birth lottery being born in Canada, and this is their way of showing gratitude and giving back. He also says the Abdallahs would love to have been able to stay in Syria, but that was not an option.